this will suffice?
All right, everyone, welcome back. When I left off, I told you I was going to be grinding, and I don't think I really need to go into prove that. But anyway, as you can see, it says 100% mastery for all of them. Technically, you don't have to actually 100% all of them. You just have to unlock them. I found that out. And what you get is this. You will get this sword. For 100%ing Stroll, you'll get the Dynastic Blade. Hulkenberg will get the Save the King. Heisman will get Goemon's Hidden Blade. Juno will get the Heroine's Fan. Yufa will get the Mystic Crucier. And Basilio will get Axe of the Old God. As you can see. We have all the ultimate weapons, technically. Now, here's an interesting thing that I found out. This sword is very useful for builds. It has the same thing as this. So, you can build around it. I'm just going to keep... But let's finish this game off.
Yep.
At last.
I'll definitely.
Let's do it.
Should we keep going?
Let's end this. This could be our last time together.
Confess, I did not believe you would actually survive, Fugor.
Oh, please. Think about what you're trying to achieve. Nothing could stop us from getting to you.
I can accept that you hate injustice. Maybe we do share that. But I have to ask, Luis, why go to this extreme? Is it because you're elder? You saw your village destroyed for petty, evil reasons. Is this revenge? Revenge? Ludicrous. That would accomplish nothing. An entire tribe does not become so derided to the point of genocide by authority figures alone, but by the vice of the society in which that ignorance is born. Indeed. It would be equally petty of me to take only the heads of the few familiar guilty. For my own satisfaction, no less. No. I would not repay injustice with injustice.
Then why? You drew the entire nation into your scheme without hesitation. If not revenge, then what would compel you to such ends?
It is true that I was born in the ancient sanctum, but I never held any fondness for that place. The Elder have long lived in hiding, clutching the truths of the world to themselves alone. A tribe of doors locked and secrets encoded. I wanted to change that isolation. And then, at long last, a man from outside the village came to visit. None other than your father, fellow royalty, he dreamed that the tribes might stand side by side as equals. And he rejected none of our village's history, however inconvenient to his worldview. I saw him with the eyes of a child. And for the first time, I felt a dream stir. Were there more idealists like him in the world outside? Was my life of hiding at an end? Under the canopy of that gloom-thick forest, all I wanted was to leave and live upon the open plains beneath a wider sky. That was all. As for what happened to the ancient sanctum afterwards, it is a story you've already been told.
It was set aflame and crushed beneath the church's heel. The Sanctist warrior monks and ordinary guardsmen alike, all in the palm of Forden's hand.
Neighbors and kin I'd known all my life were soon nothing but ash on the wind. Too quick to realize their own deaths. I was but a child, trembling before a wall of fire. It was a massacre. It had nothing to do with any hate on either side, or retaliation for any perceived offense. It was only pure injustice. A selfish act of devastation. One thought alone burned in my mind. I would never let it happen again. And so did I walk on.
It was tragic.
Thus, I choose to make this a land of eternal, perfect equality, even should it cost my life. I shall return the anxieties endowed upon this scepter, and let it be heard. To burden others with your own fears and responsibilities is cowardice. My royal magic shall craft a world where that cannot be. Such cowardice dies.
In the worlds you dream of, there is no prosperity.
Indeed, we all have our own burdens to bear. But that shouldn't mean it's wrong to help each other carry them.
Luis, you're not describing a nation that condemns evil. You're describing a nation that's entirely blind to it. A land of amoral beasts, not people. In the end, I think you're still trapped. You've been stuck in that night of flames all your life. You don't trust anyone.
You know,
That's
I'm
why
still.
you can only imagine
yeah,
a world
like,
apart from you. Unless you can face that anxiety within yourself, then you're no different from everyone you've rejected. So be it. From the beginning, I have championed world order determined by power. All that remains is for me to realize my truth by burying you beneath it. You are not the sole wielders of these lost archetypes. I am Luis, bearer of the royal scepter. With only a thought, the power of kings is mine to command.
What?
Behold, and I will reveal the secrets still beyond you. Come, we decide our world's future here.
why does he get such a cool looking archetype, I guess you could call it?
Our land is consumed with anxiety,
Although,
as
I
it has
don't-
never been before. All of it, foundation for my new, better world. You are but an audience, powerless to tread on history's stage. Let it begin.
We fight for your ideal world. Here and now, I call upon a royal soul. Maybe not. Your turn.
I will crush the fantasy in your heart.
I shall vanquish evil.
No.
Give me your aid! Let my power support you.
This is it!
Behold, I walk a... Let's work
I'm still
together.
geeking out that they had
Not this.
an
Next one's
Okami
yours.
reveal at the Game
I
Awards.
stand ready. Oh, power of heroes!
This is one of my favorite RPGs, and I'm so glad it comes back along with
This will be over
the
soon
original
enough.
maker of it.
Behold this power. Burn!
It takes Mia's back. I was like, I saw that, I was like, what?
This is nothing.
In fact, that's on the docket for me to do LP.
Come to me.
Wow.
Luis is gathering an unbelievable amount of magla around him. We can't let him finish whatever he's doing. Try to interrupt his attack somehow. Focus your attacks. We've got to stop him before he takes us out in one
Warrior!
shot. It's dissolving.
Only the strong can prevail. We'll do this together. May it come forth, royal soul.
Observe the enemy. Let us fight as one. Perhaps not tonight.
Nope. Let's do a mad
I'll
rush.
run you through. Still standing, I see.
You
This
fight
is
well,
just what I need.
but this is not over.
Raging fire. Sorry, my mistake.
Warrior!
Should I do another Hasatobi?
I'll cut you down.
Nope. That's enough.
I do not fear death. And yet...
Yeah, I'm going to be getting a lot of those.
I think we've won this one. So the power I have now is not enough. The magla drawn to the royal scepter has faded more than I expected. Just as I thought. I would be a fool to underestimate you, but I made a decision that day. Even if history remembers me as a destructor king, I will put an end to the injustices of this world.
What? What are you?
I commend you. Clearly no half measures will do. If I'm to take your lives, I must stake my own, and all its power.
Damn, we can't get close. Tis tremendous aura.
I have a vision, and you will interfere with it no longer. Wait!
It's his gauntlet runner.
Luis still has the royal scepter. If we let him buy time, there's no telling what he'll do.
Bloody hell! We can't even go after him.
There's no time to go back down to land and reorganize. We'll do whatever it takes to get that scepter back before the dawn.
Ah, everyone! That bastard Luis took to his Skyrunner!
Yes, we know. Can you go after him?
It'd be suicide, lad. Oh, suppose it's too late to back down now. Well, I was saving some reserve power for the trip home. But if we're using it here, we're using it here. Well, chums, batten down the hatches and brace for the storm. Hold to it now! Get in! I'll just fire up the...
Look over there! Enemies! Ugh, of all times! Wait, how many are there? Where did they all come from?
He's trying to slow us down.
Ain't like Luis to put off a fight, but I suppose he's too cornered to be picky anymore.
Hold on! The old girl's still barely holding to...
Your Highness, you get in the runner first. We'll buy you some time for takeoff.
Right. Understood.
Always were quick on the uptake, eh? No need to fuss anyway. We'll just kick them around for a bit while preparations are underway. Does that work for everyone else?
Fine. Suppose I'll keep you company.
Had you not suggested it, I would have done so myself.
What else are we gonna do? Twiddle our thumbs inside while Norris does all the work.
Nearus, don't let us down now.
Right. I'll get it done, damn it! Hop in, Your Highness.
Well, let's do this.
We hold the line! We must endure this.
Hulkenberg!
Got it! We're powered!
Guess I like the engine was flooded.
Not good. They're going for the Sky Runner.
Not on my watch.
Let's wreck him!
Hey, what are you doing?
Sure you want to die next to me, old man? Thought you ate platypus.
Aye, it's true I don't understand you and I never will. But I know I don't hate you, boy.
Let's go!
Aye!
Epic anime moment!
We fly!
What? A noble must protect his people! Take this! Finally, I've earned my title.
She flies. Straight and steady. Our kingdom is in your hands, my prince.
We gotta go back! Everyone, they're going to!
We can't go back now.
We have to!
Take cover in the back. You made my dreams come true. You and the rest of them. If we live, we'll meet again.
What are you...
Let's fly!
Oh, did you think we were done?
You've lost everything, and yet still here you stand. I must say your audacity is almost admirable. However, you rejected me, and I will not relinquish the royal scepter. Since we cannot come to terms, we can only decide this through battle. I have but one final question. Prince, do you wish to stop me? Or do you wish to be king? What is it you truly want?
They're the same thing.
But they are not. The king shouldered the people's pain all he could, and still his paradise never came. You need only look at the kingdom now to see that. But it hardly matters now. My ascension is complete. With my own hands, I will tear apart these lie-laced dreams and bury the past. Here ends the royal bloodline and the legacy of the archetypes. We stand on the threshold of a new dawn, a new age.
I can't listen to any more of this. What new age? What do you know about him? All you do is destroy. You refuse to believe in dreams. That's why you can't believe in anything that's gradual, complicated, and slow to change. All that means is that you give up on everything. You'll never beat us. You're nothing but a coward, trying to escape this reality for one you made up.
The time for words has passed. So be it.
And if you notice on the wings,
Intense Magla!
the 7 deadly sins. Well,
The quintessential force of the archetype. Is this all?
Such strength! How? It's happening so quickly!
Behold! This is the Royal Scepter's potential. Resist no longer. As I said, I would rather not force needless death upon you. Embrace it once more. Take your true form and become worthy of my new world. You are unfazed by the melancholy. Yet you thirst. Drink deep of the magma.
Not again!
What?
Stop! No! No!
now you're probably wondering, well, there's Shouldn't it be 7 deadly sins?
Yeah, me! Wake up! I said wake up! Hey, please,
My obstacles are clear.
The boy
open your eyes!
is no more.
Wake up!
Shouldn't he just have 7 wings?
You have to wake up.
Well, there is something that people do sometimes consider the 8th deadly sin, which is despair.
Where? Are you awake now? I summoned you just in time. Do you remember what happened? What you've done?
Luis cast a spell, and
I'm frankly amazed you would go to such lengths, even to fight back against the spell. If I hadn't saved you, you really would be dead. But rest assured, we're finally safe. As for where we are far, far away from that hellish world. Do you remember the first time we met? I was sure you would find a clue in your journey that might reveal where in the world this place is. So I believed anyway, but I was wrong. From the start. This place is... It was never of that world to begin with. No. Maybe there's a better way to put it. This is a place that exists between reality and fantasy. In other words, the world we've been living in is fantasy. The journey was all an illusion.
an illusion?
There's nothing but despair in that world. And it will never get better. It's an endless, painful, irredeemable hell. I'd always believed that creating a utopia was possible. And if there was desire, then I thought maybe one day someone would achieve it. But I came to realize I was mistaken. In the end, a fantasy is just that. A fantasy. But all that primordial chaos only exists in that world. The world of reality is nothing like that. Really, it's an environment you should know quite well. You've come to know so much of it already. Through text on a page. Now, behold!
Boy, that's a familiar sight.
Isn't this?
Indeed. It's the world I wrote accounts of in my novel. Until now, you've thought this world a mere fantasy. But it's not.
So the world I know is all an illusion. And the world of the novel is... reality?
Surely you already know. There is no deadly magic, no prejudice between its people. Now, all you have to do is admit that everything you've been through has been nothing but a story. Just a fantasy. Then this can be your perfect reality. Your journey of revolution was just a passing dream. Let me take you back to reality, child.
What will happen to my friends?
You don't have to worry. As long as you can accept that this place is real, everyone will be safe. That world is past any point of redemption. Change is impossible. The royal magic was supposed to be the turning point, but it was all for nothing. In the end, people don't want their world to change. They just want someone to be a sponge for their infinite anxieties. That's all. You can't blame Luis for wanting to end that cycle. How could anyone accept that they lived in a world that miserable?
Even so, I don't want to give up on it.
Come on, snap out of it!
What?
My, such disbelief on your face. But once you stop to consider it, the ideas fall apart. Come now. Magic? Some otherworldly force capable of anything with anxiety as its fuel? A fanciful idea to sustain a fantasy world. Illusion. All of it. Those curiosities in academia, they were there because of the place's connection to true reality. And not even they could endure. You still don't believe me. Why is that?
I still have unfinished business.
But why? What unfinished business remains in an unwinnable battle? If I hadn't saved you, you would have died there. You don't have to chase your fears and anxieties based on some misguided concept of justice. It was all illusory, and there is no shame in accepting that. Reality is a monolith. Reality is unchangeable. So stay here in Utopia. In the place you loved reading about so much.
This place, it isn't a utopia.
You mean you deny it? Will you deny that the world of the null is Utopia?
I can at least cast my usual spell for you. It's the small comforts, right? Music was the first magic this world ever knew, after all. Makes the road a little easier, right?
The journey, my friends, they were as real as anything I've known.
Why won't you understand? Please, I don't want you to die. I can't lose anything else. Truly, I
hope you've all been paying attention, because they've hinted at what more is, or who is.
I remember. I had indeed lost everything. Despite my lofty ideals, I lost everything. Academia, the woman I loved, even my only child. Reality isn't just cruel. It's cruel beyond any hope of change. That's why I had wished for someone to strike me down and end my misery.
You hoped for death?
My name is Hythlodius V. I once reigned as king. Or I'm half of one, to be accurate. I was born of the very magic that split the prince in twain and gave rise to you and this place. No, it is not real. We are inside the book you hold. It served as your key to visiting me. This was the form of my youth, when first I entered the ancient sanctum. Perhaps it would be best to call me the discarded shadow of idealism. I once took such joy and passion from my ideals. I truly believed that I might end the strife and discrimination that plagued our people across nigh endless years. But the tremendous incomprehension and injustice that defines our world, it was more than I could bear. It broke me. And Luis is likely going through the same thing. I want to save you from that despair. I understand now that I would do this as your father. I could not bear to lose my child a second time. If you stay here, at least you'll be saved. Do you truly still want to leave this place and risk your life to face a reality you can't change?
Yes.
You are on the cusp of dying at Luis's hands. Is that not proof enough that we lack the power to change reality? I can't let you throw your life away against that man. I must stop you. Even if you come to hate me for it. Fantasy is a curse, sweet in seeming. And if I must save you from it, I will teach you what reality is. I suppose how I promised to travel the world someday is destined to be only another unfulfilled dream. Archetypes embody the power of heroes who sought to change the world. And even having mastered such power against Luis, you could accomplish nothing. I wrote all my ideals into my novel, but my love's death showed me how empty it all was. You cannot sacrifice your one life for an empty dream.
I don't want to turn my back on my ideals.
Why can't you see that those ideals will only invite ruin? If no one else, you must live. That world is beyond your help. Beyond any utopia. You must face reality, my son.
Prince! Behold, I walk a royal path. Let's go. Ha! Still here?
So you would vainly struggle onward in the real world. The novel I wrote for you seems to have kindled only ideals of naivete in you. Then even my folly has come to haunt you. My mistakes poison your life. As your father, you leave me no choice. I will put an end to this madness. This is for your sake. I will show you the truth. You touched it? It was in this story, in this book, where you found your ideals. Haven't you always dreamt of utopia? Why do you resist it now? Why refuse me?
I'll cut through!
Why? You were my first reader! You of all people have to understand! Why? Why don't you understand?
The blade's edge!
Oh!
There we go.
So this is what it means to truly strive toward an ideal. What irony. After I spoke of fulfilling my dream alongside you. What power to see the archetypes brought to such heights in so little time.
As you like.
If you go back now, your ambitions will avail you nothing. You'll only die a dog's death. What is it that drives you so?
You gave up on your hopes, but I will not.
What? You think I chose to give up? Are you this determined to cling to your beliefs? Is that truly what separates us and keeps me confined here? Such power. Can it be? No matter how dire your fate, you never gave up. You surmounted every barrier, gathered and united soul after soul, and now, at last, across three, is that the role you would seize? A true king in body and soul.
Do you hear me? Your Highness!
Oi! Wake up, Your Highness! How? Their voices. voices reach you? Even here? It would seem your future is not yours alone to decide.
My friends are waiting for me.
The support and ardor of your allies. Yes. The very power that reveals paths beyond your own perspective. I see. That is whence you draw your power. Neglect anxiety, and magic will lead to ruin. Even before the War of Destruction, the downfall was foretold. Yet still, they met their prophesied end. Perhaps archetypes are the will of humankind of old, left to us. A plea that we learn from their failures, that we might rebuild the future ripped from them.
I have to try. I want to know how far I can go.
Fascinating. Even as you face down the gravest oppression of reality, still you persist. Still you seek the world's unknowns as precious possibility. I see. Well, if you can believe there is more to the story than the end I see, then it is yours to tell. Once you return to reality, this place will surely fade as the dream it is. I, myself, will not be spared. Unlike you, my other half is long gone. And any reunion, lost. But if I truly am the idealized soul and hope of your father, then before I fade, I entrust you with the power of my life. Not as the Author Moore, but as your father, the king. Now then.
Hey, where's the cat?
All right. However, the kingdom rests in your hands now. If there is yet any value to believing in something beyond us, prove to me that fantasy has the power to color reality. Now, onward, O King of a new dawn!
Everyone! He's awake!
Is he all right?
Thank the stars.
Huh. Considering it was we who engaged Amata's gambit, this must be rather humorous to him.
We pulled through, thanks to Neoris. Can't believe he caught us mid-plummet on that busted Skyrunner.
Well, don't leave out Heisma, eh? Wouldn't have expected his wings to be so handy.
Never again.
We're in good shape. Our wounds have already healed. It was all so fast. I'm still a little shocked.
True. It's bound to be everyone hoping the best for us below. Like what Luis did. Only the magic working in reverse.
What?
Why? Why do you still stand in defiance? What drives such tenacity?
Luis! The world is full of injustice. Not everything you've said is wrong, much as it hurts to admit.
Yet, you would give up because you see no other way. And no future can come from that. We may struggle with fear and anxiety, but we shape our own destiny with our own hands. I have no doubts.
Yes, you're a man who has endured tragedy. It's foolish, I know, all this talk of belief. I know well. That said, if you cast aside all belief, all that remains is to endure a slow death.
As for me, I believe things can change. I have to. Singing and believing aren't so far apart, right? Even then, my songs touched you too. I know they did.
After I'd idealized my death more than I ever did my life, thanks to a chance encounter, everything changed for me. Now I can hope for the best, without fearing for the worst. The possibilities are endless. If you ask me, that's what magic is.
Luis, you got all these people who believe in you. Crush that hope. Maybe you're the one who's scared. Deep down, you're afraid to admit to yourself you're the one who's hopeless now.
Luis, the fairies came to live in the Sanctum. But do you know why we chose it? The Elder Tribe. We admired the people of humanity. To make our dreams into realities, we have to trust each other. When people do that, that's what makes them so amazing. If you deny the power of trust, if you make the world a place where it can't exist, then you're just plain wrong!
Fools. These false foundations. Who in their right mind could promise such fantasies? I will never let injustice be repeated. Never again!
Shades of
His
Sirigora.
aura is entirely different. It's a magla burst. Luis is becoming a human.
Come on then! No choice now. We prove ourselves with all that we are!
Let's go then! This is our final battle!
Again, the world must be shattered, and again it must be rebuilt anew.
And there's your nudity, everyone.
You will die in tribute to my ideals, Prince.
We will win this, for the sake of our world. Masked Dancer! weak spot. Great job, Juna. Now they're weak to something new.
No holding back! And its people shall perish. There is no
forth, royal soul!
in your fantasy.
Knight! I will protect you!
Helpful as ever.
I hoped. This'll be a behold this power. Raging fire! You hit their weakness. Don't let up now, Juna.
In the name of warrior!
I'll cut you down!
Right on target. Nice one, Stroll.
Let's stay calm. This is it!
Let's take out the Mask of Joy. There we go.
Comrades, lend me your strength.
It's up to you now.
A mystic shield.
You struggle in vain. Give in to the truth. Your fantasy has no meaning whatsoever.
Now, I had a difficult time the first time I fought this guy because I didn't crush all the crystals and I was severely underleveled.
Watch me. This might sting. Great job, Juna. Now they're weak to something new.
Ideals have no need for you.
No, let's do this! Not the right... I shall vanquish evil! Hack and slash!
I will fight with pride. By this power. Is there another way? We'll do this together!
Let's do a royal sword. Which one of you?
Coordination is key!
How's this?
Knight! Burst forth!
Mask dancer.
Let's...
Hit their weakness. Don't let up now,
In the
Juna.
name of justice! Are you prepared? I'll cut you down! They die hard!
It's okay. Let's work together!
We'll team up!
No holding back!
Observe the enemy. Oh, power of heroes! I will protect you!
And refresh.
I owe you.
Thanks.
give you the fast
Hmm.
answer. No need to rush.
Let's just attack him.
Sorry, my mistake.
What's happened?
The inequities of the world can only be cleansed if the strong subsume the weak. Now, be a noble sacrifice. Sacrifice yourself to the new age.
Yeah.
Is he trying to swallow those people? Wait, they're puppets? Come on, this has to work. I can protect us. I'm sensing deadly Magla in the puppets.
Moving to the
Attack
rear,
him before he
closing the
falls
distance.
apart.
I call upon royal power within.
The puppet's Magla's fading.
My world! My perfect world!
Again, I'm making this look easy because, well, it is on easy. Now the real battle begins.
I refuse.
And this is the...
I won't let it end like this. You will be a sacrifice. You will sustain the strong. Oh, weak one. Oh, peon.
His Magla has gone out of control. At this rate, even a man of Luis's mental strength would lose his grip on sanity.
In the end, even he couldn't escape his own anxiety.
Then by his own logic, we've got to put him down. The weak deserve to die. The bastard's own words, yeah?
If he saw a threat in our power, then let us wield it.
You can't just believe in nothing. Nobody can rely on themselves alone. It's a pitiful way to live, and it's time we put an end to it.
Luis Guiaban! Here and now, I will strike you down!
Okay, it's time to do this. Give us our final call to arms.
Come on, everyone. Let's go!
This is our last chance. We've come this far. We have to end this here and now. This is just what I need.
Going for the weak spot!
Great job, Juna. Now
Now,
they're weak to
what's the
something
play?
new.
No holding back! Ah!
I won't hold back! This is it! Come!
Once again...
A mystic shield!
We need help. I owe you.
Thanks. This'll be over soon enough. Watch me!
Hmm...
Burn!
Don't let up
Can't
now,
afford to
Juna.
hold. Warrior!
Brave Blade!
Right on target. Nice one, Stroll.
Why can you not understand my ideals? Feel true terror. Give in to anxiety.
Tactic. This is nothing.
Please!
His aura's overpowering. It's making it harder to
I'm all
fight.
prepared.
Just hold on.
Coordination is key!
No holding back!
Did I forget to...
A tough one.
With blade in hand!
That helps.
helpful as ever.
That helped. Behold this power. No need to worry.
Thanks. Thank you.
I owe you.
Yeah, I'm using Dancer for the
Born
first
of
time.
fantasy. It must not be.
Oh, that's doing that part of the Chadrius.
Feel true terror.
Captain, they've got your defenses down.
All yours.
We'll do this together.
That
All
should
right,
end
let's
this.
go. Let's do this.
Kadoosh!
My world. But why? Why is it still beyond me?
Dawn breaks.
Look! He's done it! He's finally beaten Luis!
Does this mean he's won? I'm not dreaming this.
He did it.
Not yet. I have my ideals. Witness!
Everyone's fighting their fear and anxiety. Nobody knows for sure what's right. And even through all that, the people have declared you king!
We fight for more than justice. Show him our will against his. Show him the fall of his world.
Hold fast to your ideals! 'Tis your sworn duty as king!
You wielded the power of kings. It's time to stop following their footsteps. Now it's your turn to take your place with them.
Your fantasy is naught but lies!
What? What's going on?
Now, die!
No. Fantasy is more than an empty dream. It's a dream. with the power to change the world!
Damn you!
Unlike other Atlas games where you can kind of get the final form, you can't get it in this game. I tried.
That must be the Lord that governs Utopia in all worthy champions. The hero's archetype. The king. I see. At long last, fantasy has become a force that frees people from anxiety. A harbinger of change for a deadlocked reality.
The people have chosen my son. With that, my tremendous gamble hath borne fruit. Thus it is that my duty here draws to a close.
And now, the novel you wrote with such passion will finally begin a new chapter.
This voice... could it be? But how?
While flames swept through the sanctum, I cast a final spell to abandon my body and survive in soul. I became an immaterial being among the fairies. I had to, so I might provide guidance to the child on his most perilous path.
The power of the archetypes. Was that your doing?
No. All I did was awaken them to it. My voice carried the words they needed to hear. That power is no great and rare treasure. It is the world, and anyone has the power to change the world. Those children proved as much. Now, that boy has grasped the courage of a warrior. All dragons who still roamed the continent have fallen by his hand. For what greater embodiment of the impossible is there than a dragon? And he now possesses the power and will to quell those forces.
I see. Then he is not so weak a child that I must hold his hand. I am truly sorry. I lost all the power I once knew. I saw the sanctum burn. And you. I lost you. Once they took our child from me, all my remaining hope went with him. And so I placed my faith in the royal magic. I believed that if this world would choose him, there would still be hope.
This shall do. That boy's fight, and ours, is finally over. The people no longer need some mystic relic or some lofty magics to soothe their fears. They have found the strength to overcome it within, provided they can turn their anxiety into strength and never stop walking toward the unknown. Reality will ever change. Their world shall be one full of possibility.
This isn't about the throne anymore. It marks the beginning of a new era, led by those who are truly worthy of the people's trust. Almost the appointed time now. The day is dawning on a new king's reign. And with it, my true passing. However, if I may truly end my life with pride in my boy, and my love at my side, I've no regrets.
It's been a long road to this moment, hasn't it?
It has indeed. But for our son, A new journey now begins. Heed me, all people of the kingdom. Dawn breaks, and the appointed hour hath come.
He speaks. With the announcement of our new king, everything finally ends.
I now settle the long-contested succession to the throne. They who have gathered the most faith from their subjects amassed, they who have overcome this fierce contest, the throne's new sovereign, I now reveal. Behold, your new king of your kingdom united.
Certainly did, love. He really did. Oh, I still can't believe it. That boy pulled it off. His Majesty, the new king.
I won't accept it! The new king is Count Luis.
He can't just crown his son after all. That's cheating, that is. Rise up, people! Riot!
Disorderly conduct will not be permitted.
Settle down. The tournament is over. Our new king has been decided, and the royal capital falls under His Majesty's rule. Threaten it, and you shall face the wrath of the Crown Theocracy's warrior monks.
Bloody fantastic. They really did it.
Quietude descended once again upon the royal capital, and the day of the new king's coronation arrived.
Boy, coronation really crept up on us. There's a lot of people in the crowd.
Don't tell me you're nervous. After everything we survived already, stage fright should be nothing for you.
Of course, I'm fine.
If you say so. Just do relax your shoulders once you're out there, hey?
We've all made due arrangements. You can trust in us. Your newfound dignity suits you well, Your Highness. Ah, but I suppose you have outgrown that title. Your Majesty. Yes, that too suits you well.
By the way, saw some of them Senate fat cats hovering about, acting like they've been supporting us from the start, of course. Always on the winning side, eh?
Better than the alternative, no? Especially since we've got some Luis diehards among the people.
I hear that many are concerned about his proficiency with statecraft. To be honest, I'm not so sure myself.
Jeez, Ufa.
Juma will stand as moderator at the podium. His Majesty will only be asked for a few brief answers. Lead them. How will you respond to that, Your Majesty?
Let's see,
We have the power to change the world. All of us. I know I'm inexperienced, but I'll strive to do my utmost. With all of you at my side.
That's fine. The people have about had it with pompous monologues. Better to say what you mean with determination.
Still, there are a lot of people in the crowd who have never supported you. How are you going to respond to them?
I know mutual understanding will come slowly. I'll just have to keep doing everything I can for them.
You went from a nobody to the top seat in the nation. No need to puff up and bluster anymore, what? You'll do fine.
A ruler must only stand tall. The rest is not done alone. We are with you.
Indeed. And we're no strangers to more practical work. Whatever our tasks, I'm sure we can handle them.
Well, it is time to make your first appearance as our king. Let us brace ourselves.
Good luck!
Thanks for always having my back.
Well, let's go. To His Majesty, the new king!
All right, a warm welcome, please! His Majesty, the new king! Your Majesty, you're so young!
Please. My king, your subjects would hear how you intend to lead them.
Relax, okay? Take it easy and use your own words.
As a ruler, I've much to learn. I cannot say what I'll accomplish. And yet, I believe the world can change by our hand. And to that end, I will face any odds.
Now, Your Majesty, a few more words. Naturally, some under your rule now supported other people in the race. How do you respond to their voices?
There will be times I let you down. I know that. Only results can prove my intent. But still, even should you oppose your king, you can always believe in your own future. I will make sure of it!
A nation where dreams and fantasies are always in reach. Will surely be a challenge.
We'll make it happen.
There you go. If you can pull that off, you'll be the finest king we've known. Well then, this is it. Your attention, please.
No lord remains for you to kneel before. Please take the crown with your own hands, my king.
Ah, long have I awaited the arrival of this day. This journey has reached its end. He came to know the goodness of a hero's heart, and became the king his people had always hoped for.
Just give me a second. Always something.
But as this journey ends, so another begins. I'd like you to watch over him on his path for a little longer yet. One year has passed since the arrival of the new king.
Hey, heard the news? They're finally reopening that mage academy that got closed down.
You don't say. The famous one deep in the Monterio Mountains. Really? I'm impressed. It only took them a year.
They've even paved a proper mountain road. And get this, their headmistress is none other than Lady Juna.
What? The songstress?
Well, she is one of the king's 6 partisans. If she managed to help save the world from Luis, I expect she knows a thing or two about magic. Sounds like they plan to fully open the magic researchers' findings to the people, too. Quite a turn from when the late Sanctifex banned it.
Makes sense to me. After the clash between His Majesty and Luis last year, everyone knows you don't really need an igniter to use magic.
And that's just today's news. It's surprise after surprise, ever since us church folk got the boot from the palace. Even the Royal Knights. Their leadership was bound to the church more than anything. And now he's out on his ear too.
Yeah.
And replaced by Sir Jaime Noctul, no less. You believe that? The Royal Knights, led by a Uchief of all things. Though he's one of the 6 partisans himself. When he speaks,
that's why I don't watch the news. It's way too depressing.
No one's about to complain.
Even Parliament now invites citizen representatives to hearings. Strange to think we'd been deaf to the voice of the people until now. It's unbelievable, compared to the days of the autocrats. How swiftly the times change, eh?
Credit where it's due. I think it's thanks to His young Majesty. Remember last year's coronation? Unprecedented, that. Saw heroes of all different tribes celebrating the king's victory. Celebrating among the common folk, even. They tell me some of the younger aristocrats have taken to calling it the Great Reconciliation. It really is a tragedy, what happened to his father, the king. But considering how his sons turned out, I hope he's at peace.
Indeed. Yet the real test is still to come. The first year has seen a lot of good, but we've still got our share of problems.
Speaking of His Majesty, I've also heard some folks saying they've seen a boy wandering around these parts who looks just like him. You don't suppose?
Ah, can't be. Without his escorts? Besides, what business would a king have in this place?
Suppose you're right.
Mountains upon mountains of appeals from the people. How many days will this take to sort?
After all the trouble you took to flee politics. And somehow you're now the preeminent ladyship of your house. Such is fate.
Despite everything, this year has passed in surprising peace, hasn't it? Honestly, with the royal scepter disappearing like that, I feared more dissent.
Perhaps after Luis, they swore they could never let that happen again. Either way, more and more are dealing with conflicts calmly and openly. Promising.
It promises that I'll have an eternally cluttered desk.
Here, Your Majesty. I've brought in the next load. And there we go. Not half bad, right? Hey! Isn't the king supposed to be here?
When did he? I've said countless times not to leave unannounced.
Oh, all this decoration doesn't suit me. How would Louise and Forden put up with all this damn finery? Your Majesty? Are you here? Juna's back from her inspection.
Apologies, Troll. I'll look for him now.
Wait! I'm coming with you!
Oh, good grief. Some things never change. Not that they should.
I'd say life has changed plenty for us. Yet somehow our captain's same as he ever was.
And then, well, I might have got a bit too fresh with them stuck-up Sanctists. But those bloody church folk been looking down on us for years, you know? Still, it was other Sanctists what stepped in to keep things peaceable too. I reckon they're not all bad. Guess me cogs turning. They lost both their Santifex and the Saint Lady last year. Got their own struggles, I expect. Not like it excuses all of them, or makes me want to go up and shake a Sanctor's hand, but you really put some perspective on it.
I believe you'll come to understand them.
You know what, lad? You're all right. You ever need some good, honest work? I'll get you squared, eh?
I should have known you'd be wandering around without your escorts again. How is it, being able to hear the city's honest thoughts? If you told them you're the king, it'd knock them sideways. Sorry you ended up coming all this way. Maria's actually out on an errand right now.
And I suppose I'll wait until she comes back.
You sure? That girl always ends up on detours. No telling how long she'll be. Either way, just keep your head down. You know what happens when you're too obvious about this. Sooner or later, the Lady Captain of the Royal Guard...
Oh, there you are! I knew we'd find you here, for crying out loud!
Phew. So you were here.
Speak of the devil.
Let us return, Your Majesty. And I thought I had informed you that Juna would be back from her expedition today.
I suppose I have no choice.
What is it? You have unfinished business. 'Tis settled. I shall come with you on every excursion.
Not dressed like that, you won't. You know how we like snooping around, inconspicuously.
Point taken.
He'll be fine. His Majesty is not about to fall prey to some alleyway scoundrel, surely. Right, Your Majesty. If you see Maria about, do slow down for a chat. She'll be shattered if she finds out she just missed you.
Fine. Now, Your Majesty, once your business here is finished, please make sure you return to the palace with all swiftness.
All right.
Let's go! Hey?
Come now. Of course. And so, Well... This I vow.
What do you want to do? Let's go see.
You don't say
Let's go talk to Maria. Oh, hey, it's Alonso.
Pleasure to see you. But... Hey. Yes.
No, of course the food won't be here.
Now that you mention it... Thank you.
Yeah. Meh.
Yo. Hey.
Oh. Yeah, he'd be good.
But... Yeah. Thank you.
Oh. Just True.
Is he wearing actual boots? Heisme. All this time.
However,
That's...
yes. We shall.
Thanks.
Let's go see.
We're gonna talk to everybody again.
Say there.
See what they're doing before we talk to Maria.
Even so,
Hey.
Thank you. That's... No.
Hey.
That's why.
Say there.
My king.
Let's talk to Juna. Oh, she got a witch outfit on. That's cute.
My king.
Hold on.
Well?
so... Speaking of which...
Now we're talking.
Yeah. Hey! Hey! Magic.
All right. Let's talk to Yupa.
I do believe. Greetings.
Well...
In truth. Alas. The reason is... Now that you mention it... Very well. I do believe... Because...
But... Aha!
Chief Engineer of the Kingdom Infrastructure Development.
About that.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a bit of a mouthful. Good job.
Perhaps. Indeed.
That's...
Let's see what she's up to. I never actually talked to any of these people. I just went straight from Maria, so... Yeah, what? Oh, she's here.
Hi there.
Oh, right.
The Seekers Recon team.
Hold on.
See you soon, I hope.
Well, he's gone, so... We should talk. Wait, is he here too? Oh, I never knew this, folks.
That's something.
So.
Got to say,
Then again. Brilliant.
Lovely, that.
And of course... Brigitte.
Say.
Brigitte.
Yes. yet. Speaking of...
Let's go see.
All right, time to go see Maria. We have no one else to talk to.
Lovely.
Amazing. Grand, isn't it?
So? That reminds me.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
Oh. Oh, hello there. Oh, right. I suppose now I should call you Your Majesty. You know, I was just telling Papa, even through all that mess, everyone's really been working hard.
Am I keeping my promise properly from back then?
Yes, you beat the villain, and now the city's full of smiles. And I'm sure Papa's smiling down on you too.
That's good. Hearing that from you really lifts my heart.
Don't worry. I'll try to do my part with what I've got. I want to help everyone understand that the world could be a better place if we can join hands with one another. Miss Fabian's fed so many hungry people since things changed. Some of those people even said they found their place there. I think I did too. If we can all change together for the better like that, we'll be closer to Your Majesty's and Papa's dream. And I want to help with something too. I want everyone across the land to be able to smile.
Yeah, I'm counting on you. Let's do this together.
Yeah. Thank you, Your Majesty. Oh, thank you, Your Majesty.
We should be the ones thanking her. Feels like I can see the entire country's future in her smile.
Everyone!
Long time no see. How have you been?
As we find ourselves afield, I thought I might visit Alsace myself.
Hold on a tick. Those people there. Surely not.
Naturally, we're drawing attention. We didn't all have to go at once.
Needn't fuss, old thing. It's been too long since we were all together again anyway.
Lady Tuna, did she really come all this way in a runner? Could have asked His Majesty to pop over and bring you back with a teleport or two.
The unmitigated nerve.
Oh, it's fine. I wanted to take in our country as it is. It's definitely a little rougher outside the capital's walls.
There's still traces of melancholia around, and the odd human roaming about.
We're sending soldiers out for every incident we can. But it's not easy to hear the voice of the people from more distant regions.
I guess it's obvious. But just because you're king now doesn't make you suddenly all-seeing.
A lesson I learned last year. In the end, I was blind to a great deal of this world. Never would have learned if I hadn't pushed out the door and seen it with my own eyes.
A year ago, I would have just said we could fly over ourselves. I mean, let's be real. The capital isn't going to fall apart if we just sneak over for a little tour, is it?
Of course not. We specifically put precautions in place to keep things running.
Yet it has only been 1 year. We cannot be too complacent too soon, lest the dissidents seize on the opportunity.
Oh, there he is! Over there! See? I told you, that's His Majesty, innit?
Might have been a bit too obvious.
Oi there, Your Majesty!
You dare hoy the king? You swine!
Steady on, Hulkenberg, calm. You needn't draw steel on the poor fellow. We're the ones who indulged in this little day trip.
Your Majesty, thanks for all you do, really. Have to say, my life's a lot easier now.
There's more work to do every day. But we're in this together. We believe in you.
Everyone's so supportive. Kind of brings back memories from last year.
Rather. It's the sort of thing to get a chap all misty-eyed over the past. What a journey it was.
We really did just leg it up and down the country slaying dragons, eh? Can't believe we actually survived it.
They were dangerous times, but exciting ones too.
When we fought to appease the dragon god, I had no idea we would have to face another 4 dragons.
Nor I. Never thought the day would come when I'd be hailed as a dragon slayer. Huh. Life is full of surprises.
Right.
It was a hard road, but we did have fun together, didn't we?
Looks like we're drawing a crowd. Time to get back to work.
Indeed. A veritable mountain of tasks awaits us, and I will see it crested.
And not long after, the new year dawned.
A journey? Are you really planning on leaving us?
There's more I have to see. With my own eyes.
You want to know what's going on in the world, huh? Well, I guess you are the king.
It sounds like fun, but a daily jaunt down to the slums is one thing, and a proper journey is quite another. You're a king now, lad. You've got the people's expectations on your shoulders. It's all right to just sit on your throne and mind the home front, you know?
Oh, really? And you'd be content just sitting in somewhere else and not in the Gauntlet Runner?
I want to do what I can for the people. If that's not kingly, then the crown's just slowing me down.
Come on, this is no time for jokes.
Ever the fearless gadabout, eh? Well, I take your point, lad. Magla and the humans make a fine barometer for the anxiety still swirling in the country. So you go out and give it a proper survey, where it is and how much is there. If people can't face their anxieties, they can't keep their eyes forward. And if they can't do that, we'll have a bally hard time moving forward as a nation or a people. So you want to get a better grasp of it all. That's your most important duty as a ruler. That's what you're thinking, eh?
Right.
If that was your plan, you could have just said so.
Sounds like a fine idea to me. A proper spot of fun, besides. Wouldn't expect any less from our king and captain. Well, since I'm the ballet court engineer, I've no choice but to come along. I'm the only driver fit to maneuver the Royal Skyrunner after all. And why, you're the Dragon Slayer King. Bane of monsters all across the country. When I imagine what sort of wondrous encounters you've got next, well, I'm all agog. Yes, here begins our quest anew. Let us sally forth upon our... hello? Are you not listening to me?
Sire, you've really got to stop chasing these ideas all on your own. You'll be the death of us.
Once again, sire, I've asked you countless times to give word if you're to leave the castle. Such caprice.
Nurse, don't tell me you called for them beforehand.
Saved us a bit of time, eh? Though, hello, what's this? I count only 2 of the 6 partisans. Short a few spears.
For my part, I believe 'tis unrealistic for all of us to depart the capital together.
Oh, so you have no plans to stop our little adventure, eh?
Hulkenberg and I talked it over. We decided...
Hold on a second. I'm just trying to fill up my water bottle. Hydrate or dihydrate, man. See, what I like to do is whenever I have like juice or anything else that's in a gallon container, once it's empty, I wash it out and then I reuse it as a water bottle. Until it can't be used anymore. I toss it out and get a new one.
Are you sure about this?
I was thinking back to our last fight with Louis. So many people supported us, but not for any high-minded ideals or arguments.
They were supporting us because we were actively fighting a monster on their behalf. In the end, people make choices based on their personal experience and emotion. Even if decided justly and supported by prosperity, people may struggle to trust a king whose face they do not know. An invisible ruler is no cure for their fears.
Right. I'm not opposed to the idea of getting out into the world again. Really, it might be the wisest move to make sure you're a king everyone knows.
Still, this early into the new year? 'Tis never a dull moment in your Majesty's employ.
Bit of a smaller party than we last set out with, huh? But it's a pleasure to be on the road again with you.
Okay, but can we really afford to have both our general and the Royal Guard's captain coming along for this?
'Tis natural course for the Royal Guard to accompany the king. And I trust my corps is not so feeble that it will fall apart in my absence.
We'll make it work. Got to learn to trust others and delegate, right? And we'll just have to lead by example.
Let's go.
Right then, let's go.
You once heard my voice and answered a query in kind. Is fantasy a powerless creation? A timeless question. So long as life remains in the world, we seekers all shall search for our answer. But he will find his. Of that I am certain. And it is thanks to you for believing in and guiding him. That was the true purpose of my royal magic, you know. To seek and obtain guidance from denizens of a land beyond ours. A land that has not yet lost hope.
Yeah, about that.
And it was you who answered the call. Armed with your hope, armed with the power of fantasy, you rose in glory. Such courage, such whimsy, and yes, what thrills. You have my sincerest thanks.
Feels familiar. It's been far too long.
Aye, the wind feels an echo of days past.
Unusually poetic for you.
They're awful, aren't they? They would have left us behind. Oh.
Look. Well, hey, we figured the kids might want to change your scenery, like.
Wow! Amazing!
Poetic indeed. That the Scepter's absence restored order to Magla, and even greenery to the sands.
I'll say, I definitely like this view better.
Let's go.
And that is it, folks. I'm just going to sit back and let the credits roll. Thank you for all of you, to all of you, who have been with me on this journey, who enjoyed my insanity and all my blustery nonsense. I'm not done by any stretch of the imagination. I'm still figuring out this whole Twitch thing, but I will eventually get it, and I'll do more. So I have plans to do Persona 5, Persona 3, Okami. Yes, I love Okami. And other games. So, after all of the credits have done rolling, and I save it once again, I will be saying goodbye for a bit. I'm going to be taking a break. But don't you fret and don't you worry, I shall return, and I shall announce my return. But this game is fun. This game, you can enjoy it. I don't know why I was having so much trouble with some of the enemies, and maybe because I wasn't using the right archetypes or I was under-leveled, but I managed to get through it. Now, I don't know if you noticed that during the fight with Luis in his ultimate form, it said the link was severed. That was due to me breaking the crystals, which I stated I did not do in a previous playthrough. So if you do not break those crystals, he can use a lot of powers. And yeah, that little ability of his to cause himself to have multiple turns, that's not a one-off. He will go through his entire thing. If he managed to kill one of your teammates or whatever, he'll use it again and just keep going. So, like I said, it's up to you if you want to have an easier time, like me, or enjoy tearing your hair out. Because that's what it felt like in my first initial playthrough of this. But I love Atlas Games, and I hope they continue making great games. Now, I've been thinking about the super boss of this, and I don't know if I want to do it. I'll have to do it off screen to decide whether or not to show it, because I've never gone up against it. So if I have an easy time against it, I might show it. If I don't have an easy time, I don't know. I'll just see how difficult the super boss really is. So, when the time comes to save this, I will say what I've said every time I cut the video. Come on, I'm running out of time, things to say.
Dear guest, from a world I shall never know. In your eyes, I know our journey was ultimately a fiction. However, I hope your memories of this fantastical adventure burn as bright in your reality. I hope the promise of our world echoes in you. With all my heart, I hope that fantasy gives you strength.
Look at that. The rubble's just bait for tourists now.
I never expected a view like this.
Let's see it all. Let's see the world.
Yeah.
A new journey now beckons. In days of Eld, the people prospered and perished in turn. Struck by their ways, I wrote a book of my dearest ideas. A tale of fantasy. In my vision, they placed their trust, and so the kingdom breathed new life.
The strength to believe in the unknown, that can change everything. Without a doubt, you will face all sorts of trials ahead. But carry onward with all your heart. Onward, fearless, into a world unknown.
Fantasy lives on. By saving your clear data, certain things can transfer over as is to a new game. You can transfer currently owned items with some exceptions. Money, mag, royal virtues, scanned enemies, memorandum, archetype statuses, and total playtime. Yes. Save complete. Alright, folks. I am done for a while. Once again, thank you for joining me on this lovely little trip that I took. I will return, possibly with a new game. We shall see what the future brings. So, until I see you, stay safe, stay sweet, stay awesome, and goodbye.